those. So just wanted to mention that. Okay, so I'm going to turn it over to Carrie here. Carrie is with HomeShare Kootenai County. There's been a lot of buzz about just housing in general, and there is a level of excitement of a solution that appears to be surfacing in the HomeShare space. And so, Carrie, that was my attempt for a tee up for you. So
Okay.
feel free to backfill, and I'll just be quiet and let you do your thing.
Okay, I'm going to attempt to share my screen. I think that worked.
We can see your screen, but we see the Zoom. Oh, yep, there you go.
Okay, let's see if this goes. All right, so my name's Carrie Ward. I'm with HomeShare Kootenai County. I guess I minimize where I can't see anybody, and I don't like that. Okay, there. At least I can see a couple people now. Okay, so anyway, I'm with HomeShare Kootenai County. We are a affordable housing model. Now all of a sudden, okay, there. This is not a new housing model. We are a proud member of the National Shared Housing Resource Center. So HomeShare is, it's not a franchise. A lot of people have asked me that if it's a franchise, but it's basically a model that we are modeling ours in Kootenai County after the national program. And the national program gives us examples like background checks and checking references and a sample lease agreement and that kind of thing. I also wanted to introduce and let you know that Donna Brundage is on our board. She's here on our call. She's one of the founding board of directors. HomeShare launched out of, during the COVID and the time that the pandemic that people were, looking for housing solutions. HomeShare is, a national program, like I said, that just kind of came out as a tool to build in more affordable housing units. So again, there's about 50 HomeShares nationwide. We're the first one in Idaho, but there is going to be a HomeShare launched in Boise in the June timeframe. Why do we need home sharing in Kootenai County? Well, employers are telling us that their employees can't find housing. So that means that maybe firms aren't going to move to Coeur d'Alene or to the region because, there's not a lot of affordable housing. And then plus a lot of people that have lived here a long time, renters in particular, that have been paying rent, the rent increases have just skyrocketed so much over the last couple of years. So that's another reason. Obviously, there's housing imbalance. Median housing cost in Kootenai County is $510,000. The prices have doubled in the last 4 years. And then Idaho, I don't know about specifically in Kootenai County, but Idaho has a shortage of 24,000 affordable housing units. So there is a lot there. And HomeShare does open up housing units. Okay, so there's two types of matches. So there's just like a regular rental agreement, like you would just rent a room out of someone's house, or you can provide services for reduced rent. So this isn't an in-home healthcare at all. I want to make that clear, but people that maybe want to offer up services like yard work or companionship or something like that, they can have reduced rent. So what is HomeShare? I think that people think that HomeShare is, Golden Girls or this, roommate situations. That's what the media thinks it is. I think society, I think probably, this is kind of a new idea, especially in this part of the country. Back east, and actually in California, home sharing is more prominent, but I think that this is what society thinks it is. I think that we all live with roommates. We all know that maybe your roommates aren't great. But this is what home sharing can be like. Let's see. Okay, so this is how our program works. On our website, which is homesharekc.org, home seekers and home providers fill out an application online. And then what's different about, one of the main things is rather than putting a spare room that you have on Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace or anything like that, is that we do run a background checks and references. So that's a big deal. Plus, we work with, we interview both parties and match ambassadors. So me and my board of directors and a few volunteers are acting as the match ambassadors at this time to matching people. We have 3 matches in the works. We haven't had anybody, we've been going for a little bit over 3 weeks. And so we are getting almost an application every day. I've averaged an application every day, which is good. We need more applications for sure to, build up our pool of applicants so we can make quality matches. But we do negotiate the match agreement. So a match agreement is essentially the lease that talks about, like the financial arrangements of the agreement, just like any other lease would. But it also talks about, the services or other trade that might be going on. And also the match agreement is a lot different too than a normal lease. Like it even talks about the hours that a person might be able to do laundry, and even if condiments in the refrigerator are shared or something like that. So it's definitely more than a regular lease. And then after it's placed, we place the people, and then we do collect a match fee at the beginning only. So there's no cost to apply, but only if we make a match, we charge the home provider. So that's the one providing the room, a 25% of the first month's rent. And then the home seeker, we're going to charge them $35. So it's very affordable. And then afterwards, we are going to provide match follow-up and support. So we're going to check in, on them every month and then every 3 months and see how things are going. So the benefits of home sharing are for our clients, well, on both sides of for the home seeker, that they're going to perhaps get affordable housing at less rate, less expensive than market rate. Plus our home provider is going to be getting a little extra income. It stabilizes housing all across the board. One of the things that we really want to try to do is for, aging in place. So again, this isn't a home health care at all, but for people that even if having somebody live in their home, a senior, and having somebody live in their home extends their time that they don't have to go into a living facility or something like that. I can't wait to make that kind of match. Again, this is less intimidating process than going on Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace, just because we do the background checks and check references. And for Kootenai County, like I said, they, this just adds affordable housing units, less expensively than, building, finding land and getting permits and building affordable housing units. This adds out of existing inventory that was already out here. It adds affordable housing. Okay. Oh, and that's the other thing I was gonna say is it's fast. I mean, this is immediate. I mean, like as soon as somebody opens up their door, it's immediate. So we don't have to wait for affordable housing to be built. So who are our home providers? Seniors, singles that have too big of a house and too big of a mortgage that could just use extra help, traveling, workers or snowbirds. That's who is going to be our who are our home providers. Does anybody with a spare room? And then our home seekers, anybody is anybody is available to apply, and we want everyone to apply, but we're hoping that the local worker housing is who we're really trying to house. So hospitality workers, young adults, teachers, students. That's who our home seekers are. How you can help is please send us your leads. If you know somebody that has a spare room, or you have a spare room, or you know somebody that's looking for affordable housing, if you're an employer, a large employer that wants me to come talk to your group, I would love to do that. If you want brochures or business cards, we'd like that. You can volunteer. We do have match ambassadors that we're meeting as more applications come in to run the background checks and to kind of become a point of contact to our clients to talk, to help interview. So if you have any interest in that, contact me. You can donate. We are a nonprofit. So again, we do collect a small match fee, but it's not enough to make us sustainable. So we're a 501c3. So we are seeking foundation grants and municipal grants and money in general, just donations in general. And then also stay informed. So if it's okay with you, Chris, I'm gonna maybe ask him for everybody's email address after this, and I may add all of you guys to our email distribution list so I can add you and everybody's informed. And also I wanted to mention to you that we actually have a couple of listings on our website right now. There's a mobile home right off of Nettleton Gulch that's looking for a male housemaid for $600 a month. We do have listings that are under market value, so that's exciting. And I guess that's it. I'm going to stop sharing my screen, Chris, so I can see everybody again. Okay.
Awesome. All right, let's open it up. Questions for Carrie?
I have a question, Carrie. You mentioned that there is a percentage that's withheld from the home provider once that match is made. Do you guys also, does the collection of the rent itself go through your organization and then or is it a direct transfer between
right? Yeah, we decided, well, again, we set up our program based on the national model, and the national model does, because we looked at collecting it initially as a revenue stream, but we just decided to hand it over to the two participants and let the home seeker and the home provider. So after the initial match, then as far as the money part of it, we step out and let it go.
And then in the event that there becomes an issue with the relationship between the two, or the home providers not being paid, do you guys help with that piece, or
Yeah, we do. So one of the things, again, based on the national model, is that we want to encourage everybody to have a 2-week trial period first. So that's, for one thing, we're going to try to encourage everybody to start out with a trial period. And second, you know, we are going to offer, you know, kind of informal, you know, conflict and mediation if necessary, but otherwise our lease does act as a, you know, it's an Idaho lease, you know, so it's bound by law, you know, Idaho housing laws. You know, so, you know, let's pray that doesn't happen, but it does stand up.
I do have a question too, Carrie.
Uh-huh.
You were mentioning that there was a background check for the house, the owner of the house. What about the renters as well? Do you
Same,
background
yeah, everybody
everybody?
on all parties has a background check.
Okay,
But and I will say too that if you have a criminal background, it doesn't necessarily mean you're disqualified from the program either. You know, we won't let somebody on the sex offender list or a violent felon on our program, but you know, just depends on if other criminal backgrounds. We'll just case by case, but we're just gonna tell you know, your home provider, we're just gonna, communication is a key, you know, whatever somebody's comfortable with.
Great question. Other questions for Carrie?
I have a question. So I'm in Bonner County. Do you have any programs out here that would be similar or?
And not at this
Turns out-
time, honestly. We keep getting that question. I mean, and hopefully we could scale ours to, you know, at least Region 1 at some point.
Awesome. Hopefully you do. So, because there's a lot of need for it out
Right.
here.
Well, we're also, you know, really interested in helping other agencies get started.
Right.
Like our meeting with Idaho Housing out of Boise is one of the reasons why there's a program in Boise now, or will be. So yeah, we're the guinea pigs, but once we get all the kinks worked out, we'll be able to have a model that can be shared and expanded as well if other agencies want to, you know, start their own program.
Other questions? All righty. Awesome program. We're excited about this. We're excited to see, you know, how this helps, and we understand that this is new and you will have some growing pains, but you know, that's to be expected with any new program. So compliments to you, Carrie, to you, Donna, the rest of your team, your board. Fantastic. Carrie, you can hang out if you want. If you have to go, that's great. We're gonna do
Yeah,
a
I'll
quick-
hang out, but I do. Yeah, please send us your leads though. Please pass on the word that this is out here, you know, for people that have spare rooms or home seekers. We need them both. So
So I guess that's
share
my
it
other,
with-
maybe that's another question is how are you marketing this?
Well, we kind of had a soft launch initially just because we were worried about getting too many applications and run it right at first and like, you know, not knowing what to do. But now that we've landed where we are, we need more so we can continue to match people, you know? So it's the time of year. I mean, we've only been live for 3 weeks and it's been snowing for the last 3 weeks. So I think that next month or, you know, after daylight savings, I mean, I think that more applications will start coming in.
Agreed. Excellent. All righty. So let's switch gears. Let's do our virtual roundtable. So if any of you are first time on the call, really what our goal or objective with the virtual roundtable is this is your opportunity to have a little bit of mic time to maybe give an update on your agency, maybe share a struggle or a challenge that you have, and collectively, oftentimes we can throw out some suggestions or ideas. We also like to hear about wins. So, I mean, everything that all of you do is very heavy, and so we also like to celebrate. So whether they're very, very little or a huge win, we like to hear those as well. So there's no particular order of who goes. So Who would like to kick it off?
I'll go.
Thanks, Donna.
I just have a couple things. I wanted to let everybody know that NAMI Coeur d'Alene is doing a family support services group hybrid. It's going to be at Disability Action Center. It's on the third Tuesday of every month, and we will have a Zoom link as well. And that is for friends and family of people that have mental health issues. We're going to start NAMI Nights Out, which will be kind of a safe space social gathering for people that have mental health issues, so they can go someplace and, you know, not experience the anticipated rejection that they do sometimes when they're mixed with other people that don't have mental health issues. And that will be at HREI on the last Friday of every month. The first one will kick off on March 31st. We're looking at movie and a popcorn. We're talking about possibly showing Silver Linings Playbook, and then just kind of like polling people that show up to see what kind of events they'd like to have. I'm going to be putting in a grant to get some funding, so we might be able to do some really fun things down the line with that. And I also wanted to let people know that their next Care Affair for CD Aid, major fundraiser of the year, will be April 27th, and that will be at the resort. And that's the silent auction, and where you auction off the chefs and then they come and prepare a meal at your house. It's a fun event. And that's about it for now. So I won't take too much time.
Thanks, Donna. Who would like to go next?
I will.
Thanks,
This is Katie from the Idaho Youth Ranch, and a couple weeks ago, or actually maybe it was even last month, KJ was talking about grants that she had for different agencies. We went ahead and applied for one of them for a wellness group that we are hosting here for usually like teenage girls. And we asked for like yoga mats and things for a whole holistic, experience, and we got that grant. So I want to thank that agency for doing that.
There is just FYI, Kitty, there's a Select Health is doing a grant as well. And it's being marketed in this area, and I'm not really sure why, because they've never funded in the Panhandle before, but I've gotten several emails about it. And that's the kind of thing that they love to do, is health and wellness. So
If you could forward something that to me, I will put my email in the chat, or you can send me yours.
yeah, please.
Yeah, that would be
absolutely.
great. Thank you.
Great share. Thanks, Katie. Who's next?
I can go.
Thanks, Debbie.
Hey, so United Way of North Idaho, we continue to offer our childcare scholarships. So if you know someone who could benefit from receiving a childcare scholarship for their kiddo to attend childcare, please send them our way. The application is simple, it's online. I'm always available to help. We also have a paper copy of the application in case the applicant does not have reliable access to the internet or a computer. So if they need help or support in completing that application, I'm always available. Otherwise, the application is on our website, United Way of North Idaho, and it's pretty simple to fill out. It takes about 20 minutes. We are also putting on workshops for childcare providers to help just improve programs and give them more access to materials. These workshops are called Ready for Kindergarten. They are fantastic workshops if you are familiar with the Ready for Kindergarten program. It's targeted ages 0 through 5. Currently, we are doing childcare provider workshops, so training childcare providers in the Ready model. But hopefully in the future, hopefully very soon, we will be opening up some of these workshops to parents as well. And when that happens, I will definitely let you know, because they are free. We provide free childcare. We provide a free meal, and parents leave each workshop with a Ready for Kindergarten kit that is valued at approximately $200 of learning materials. So it is a fantastic resource for parents looking to get some of those on the calendar here very shortly. So keep an eye out.
Excellent. Thank you.
Well, I'll go. Dave Walker with Mountain States Early Head Start. And one of the things when I first started working here, I've only been here like 2 months. And oh, there's an early Head Start. I wasn't even sure. And a lot of people, there's Head Start that's been around for a long time. Early Head Start, not as much. One of the things we just want to make ourselves known. And so I've been kind of reaching out to, there's certain demographic qualifications. We focus on education, health, and nutrition from pregnancy to up to 3 years of age for kids. Our policy council actually there's more than half of the people on the policy council are actually parents. So it's a very parent driven thing. We've got play groups and here at the Harding Center, there's some really cool rooms. And how can I have a bad day at work when little kids are across the hall and they're having fun and learning and singing and dancing and stuff. So that's pretty neat. So if you know anybody that's, maybe doesn't have the resources, pregnancy, we're kind of all helping the same kind of demographic people out there. But anybody with pregnancy or little kids that may have some issues, or if you have any places where we can provide our information to target groups like that, hey, let me know. We'd love to reach out and offer our opportunities to anybody that we can.
Excellent. Thanks, Dave. Who's next?
I will go ahead and go and follow him since I'm with Head Start. So we are constantly taking applications, increasing our wait list. Our children are 3 and 4 on our September 1st of the school year. So there is an interest form on NIC's website that families can fill out, and they will get sent to the center closest to them or in their school district. And then also through NIC, we are also hiring. So if you know any people interested in early childhood education, go on NIC's website. Some exciting news is we are having our Strengthening Families community events for the first time since the pandemic. Head Start will be hosting. So April 5th will be at the Harding Center in Coeur d'Alene from 3:30 to 5:30. And then on April 24th, I believe it is, at the Post Falls Center. And again, from 3:30 to 5:30. And also looking for if there are any agencies that would like to provide a resource table. They can get a hold of LaTanya, who is our Family Services Manager at the Harding Center. Then I can put her email in the chat.
Excellent. Thanks, Susan.
Mhm.
You're muted, Jennifer.
There.
There you
Can
go.
you hear
Yeah.
Yay! Okay, couple of things. I wanted to introduce Paula Lyons. She is on this webinar here, but she is at home and she isn't able to use her microphone. So I wanted to introduce her. She wears a couple of hats. She is also a McKinney Bento coordinator. She works with me here at the school district, but she's on this as a coordinator for the Neighborhood Closet. So it's First Presbyterian. It has a really long name. I have to read it. First Presbyterian Neighborhood Closet. So what it provides is they have this beautiful closet in the basement of their church, the Presbyterian church, and they provide clothes, hygiene items, shoes, backpacks for kids age kindergarten through elementary school. And we refer a lot of people to them, and they have done an amazing job with that. So she's here for that. And also I wanted to say, when you were talking about the grant that KJ was that she had, also through Hope on the Home Front, we were able to receive a grant. One of our programs here for CDA for Kids received a grant, and it's for an after-school program for kids who are low income. And so they received a grant, which was amazing for part of their summer program. And then also through the Core Closet, they received a grant. And Paula is also she created the Core Closet 10 years ago. And so she received a grant for that from KJ. So that was pretty exciting for us. And as far as things are going, on the McKinney-Vento side of things, I wanted to ask the gal that presented today, we work with families who need affordable housing and they have kids. And it seems like the program that you are doing doesn't really include
Well,
kids. Is that, or is it more, from my understanding, from what you presented, because that's just kind of a harder demographic to fit?
it is a harder. So I'll tell you what happened is the first couple of home seeker applications that we received were for entire families. And we were like, that's not really what we are doing. But I guess we will, yeah, but I guess obviously there's a need. And so, yes, we're going to do it. So since we've, Donna, I haven't even told you this yet. We've changed on our application for the home provider that anybody that even wants to house a family with children, to make that, because all we had at first was male, female, or a couple, but we didn't even have that as an option as housing with children. And then I've gone back to the people that are home providers to ask them if they want a whole family, and they're like, no, we're not. So we need, if somebody opens up their house, we just don't have that available yet, but.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, we're not not doing it. It's just gonna be harder to find a homeowner that, wants to start over with that, because most of our home providers are retired and, in their golden years and really don't want to raise a family again or be around a family again. But if we find one, we'll definitely work with them.
Okay, all right. I just wanted to, clarify that for sure. So, okay, that's all I have.
Thanks, Jennifer.
Thanks.
Anybody else want to share? Free mic time. Okay, so I would like to end on a high note. So is anybody holding back on a win that they can share before we sign off?
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. So we got a couple wins. We were actually able to give away a car a couple weeks ago. We have a car donation program at our church. Sorry, this is Frank Walsh at Real Life Ministries, community assistance. And we gave it to a lady who was husband left her after 30 years of marriage. He was the sole breadwinner, and we could bless her with a vehicle. So it was really, really cool. Really cool event. Got to take pictures of it and everything. She was very appreciative. And then next week, I don't know how many of you guys know, but there's only 2 of us on staff for community assistance at Real Life Ministries, and we really rely on our volunteers. We have over close to 100 volunteers, and we get to hold a little appreciation luncheon for them next week, give them a little card, a little gift. So for as much as they do for us, it's just something small that we can give back to them. So 2 big wins for us.
Yeah, those are fantastic. Thanks for sharing. Last call. Okay. Carrie, if you can send me your slide deck, if it's available to send out to this group, I will make sure that it gets circulated out to the Alice Task Force, and those that weren't able to make it this morning would probably love to peek at that as well. So if you can send that to me, that would be great. And with that, it looks like you're getting 14 minutes back in your day. So have a great Thursday, everybody. Thank you.